All right, guys, have you ever wondered what panic buying looks like, which is the opposite of panic selling, right? In this video, I am going to show you how a simple trend line that any 6-year-old could have drawn on the chart destroyed the short sellers on the E-mini futures today. All right, let's take a look. All right, what's happening, traders? It's Mark here at DynoTrading.com, the world's #1 resource on learning how to trade price action. It's been a while since I did the last video. I was on spring break with the family and stuff last month, and then, we had the holiday 3-day weekend, and back in the office today, and wow, did we start the week with a bang, okay? I'm actually going to show you something interesting in today's video, guys, all right? And that is how to determine if you should be going long or if you should be going short on any given day. And when you see this video, I can promise you that a light bulb is going to go off. All right, you're really going to grasp these concepts of real professional price action type of trading, and you will no longer, at least I hope, you'll no longer be screwing around with indicators. All right, so in order for me to show you this new strategy here, we're going to be taking a look at daily charts. Okay, what you're seeing on the screen right now is your typical everyday daily candlestick chart with a bunch of garbage indicators on it, right? This is the chart that a whole bunch of idiots and morons are using, the what I like to call the 95% of losing traders, right? And what I'm going to show you now is how with one click of your mouse, you're going to take this chart right here and you're going to make it look like this. Okay? This is a daily chart, as you can see here. We're going all the way back to January, all right? And this is a daily chart of the S&P E-minis, but this is a price daily chart. This is not a daily candlestick chart. Can you guys see the difference? I hope you can, all right? I hope within 5 seconds you really grasp the idea that price action rules the market, okay? And this is legit. I'm not cherry picking. Look at the x-axis, all right? End of January, the S&P was in a pretty heavy downtrend. We were at what, about 3,600 and change on the S&Ps, and look where we are today, knocking on the door of 4,100, just destroying any idiot that tried to short the market on a long-term basis, right? Now let me get to the good stuff, okay? When it comes to deciding, okay, on an intraday basis, what is the direction that you want to take? Okay, are you playing it bullish that day, or are you playing it bearish that day? Well, I'm going to give you two options to choose from. Okay, now let's talk about option number one. Okay, simple trend lines, guys. Trend lines work even on a daily chart. Don't worry, I'm going to show you today's ridiculously simple intraday trendline based chart on the S&P E-minis. And by the way, this is appropriate on every index from today, the Dow futures, the NASDAQ futures, the Russell futures. It was gorgeous to be a bull today. All right, you were patting yourself on the back as you took money from those idiot short sellers today, okay? But this is still an intraday chart, okay? What I want to show you here is how you can potentially use daily trend lines, okay, to get the direction right on any one particular day. Does this make sense? You get what I'm saying? So what you're doing is you're essentially analyzing what is happening on a larger, really long-term basis, right? And it doesn't get more long-term basis than a daily chart, right? This is not a 30-minute chart, a 1-hour chart. This is legitimately a daily chart, as you can see, going all the way back to January, start of the year. So essentially, the idea here is anytime, guys, you get a bullish trend line break on the daily chart, the market could potentially spend weeks, maybe even months, slowly grinding and trending higher. Make sense? So if you had to pick a direction that you wanted to play it every single day from, let's see, what is this, February 2nd, I guess, when this trend line broke, and what is this, March 16th or March 15th, or excuse me, March 10th, excuse me, when this trend line broke, right? What you can do with that information is jump over to your intraday chart, okay, and just start looking for bullish opportunities via trend lines. This is the one from today. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful trend line break to the upside, just destroying all those short sellers. I mean, I could take it back. I mean, here's last week. Look at this, another trend line break right here, nailing it. Another trend line break right here. I mean, guys, I could just keep doing this over and over again. Another trend line break right here, right? And this is the nature of using a daily price action chart. Okay, so follow along with me very closely. This is the nature of using a much higher time frame where you are really tracking the institutional order flow, right? The big banks, the hedge funds, they don't accumulate the entire position in one day or even 1 week. Heck, they probably don't even do it in a month. The big banks and the institutions and the hedge funds, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about, they take weeks, maybe months to build just one position. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as you're keeping an eye on what's happening in your market, again, this happens to be a futures video, but this is going to apply to Forex, this is going to apply to stocks, this is going to apply to options, even crypto, right? Keep an eye on what's happening in the daily price action of your market, and I'm willing to bet you that that's going to provide you with some really good clues and some signals on what's going to happen on an intraday chart, right? As these big guys kind of spend weeks and months accumulating their position, right? Now let's talk about the second method, all right? If you, for some reason, you don't like trend lines, I can't imagine why, but for whatever reason, you just want to go with colors, okay? Then let's go ahead and get rid of those trend lines, and let's go ahead and identify some reversal bars, okay? So pay attention here, guys. I'm really going to show you something incredibly useful here, okay? So here's what I've been able to discover when I'm running my own technical analysis, all right? Whenever you get a reversal bar of either color, this happens to be green, but you know there's a few red ones here as well, right? What you want to do is wait for that reversal bar, okay? And that will give you a potential clue on what may be happening over the next several weeks or even several months. Make sense? So in other words, when this reversal bar printed on exactly March 5th, as you can see, it's tied to the x-axis, and when this reversal bar printed on March 26th, okay, that is once again yet another clue of what you may want to think about doing on an intraday basis. Okay, in fact, let me go ahead and prove that to you. I'm going to squish this in. All right, I'm going to squish this in. Let's just go ahead and find March 26th. You guys see this right here, March 26th. All right. So on March 26th, we had a green, nice big green bar, okay? Now, you could have spent any one of these trend lines going long after March 26th, okay? There's a trend line right there, okay? There is another trend line right over there connecting this pivot point and this pivot point. Now, there is another trend line right over here. You guys get what I'm doing here? You guys get the point? Look at all of these trend lines, brah. Do you know what I mean? Is the light bulb going off yet? Right? Because, again, as of March 26th here, we got this green bar, so we are laser focused on long bullish opportunities. Shame on you if you tried to short this market. I mean, you already know what happened. Anyone that tried to short the market today, they got destroyed trying to short the market when all they had to do was check what's happening on the daily chart. Make sense, guys? So listen, that'll do it for today's video recap, guys. I hope you learned something very valuable today, all right? This is probably one of my more powerful strategies. This is definitely some of the secret sauce that I'm giving you right now. And if you'd like to get your hands on these charts and these strategies, and most importantly, these trend lines, guys, feel free to get in touch. I'm happy to be a resource for you. Okay, thanks for watching this video, guys. I think it's going to be a phenomenal trading month. Position yourselves accordingly, and I'll see you on the next trade.